All right. Last up. Last topic. It's not going to be long. It's a plea. I'm down on my knees right now. I'm just very tall, but I'm down on my knees right now. And it's a plea to the Cardano community. Cardano, I get it. It felt really exciting for a little bit that the glass slipper, I mean, it was slipping onto our feet. King
You're talking
Trump was
about
just
the tweet?
sliding and named us over the more beautiful sisters. It felt good. I'll admit it felt good. Cardano up higher than the Solana, higher than everything. People are like, woo, who's this new Cardano girl? Who's this Ada girl on the block? People, what's going on? Why Ada is going to get to $25 in the next 3 months? All kinds of stuff like this. I totally understand.
It's like it's next to Robert Baratheon on his deathbed, and Baratheon is going, "I bequeath everything to Joffrey," and Stark writes, "Heir." Just gonna keep it a little fuzzy. Maybe it's Joffrey, maybe it's not.
The thing is that we were never the number go up community.
Right.
Not overtly anyway. Like, we do understand that number go up is important. It's one of the adoption mechanisms for crypto. We understand that. But above that, above more, we wanted the cohesiveness of the community, demonstrating governance, developing new technologies, and really actually being something that could underpin the institutions of the future. And I don't think it's a grandiose claim and that Charles makes that Cardano actually could be one of those systems, because it does take a decade to make. And you're not going to look me in the eyes. You're not going to look me in the eyes and tell me that Solana, that you want to wake up and go, like, all my money is in Solana. My bank's running on Solana. Your bank switches and goes, we're going to use a Solana system. And you're like, yeah, please.
The way I
Same thing
see
with Doge, same thing with XRP, same thing with all these different things. Well, I mean, I like a lot of these systems. Hedera, I like EOS, I like these systems. But Cardano, we decided, hey, we want this to be, I mean, form of verification, papers up the wazoo, all the joys of UTXO, liquid staking, the whole thing. TPS, like TPS, who cares about TPS? We're bundling hundreds to thousands of transactions within one transaction. Catch me outside, bro. That was the whole thing with Cardano. That we're the master race. I'm going to say it. We're the master race of cryptocurrencies, and let's not lose sight of that. And so Charles was not invited to the crypto summit, the White House summit.
look. I
He
don't.
wasn't
Can
invited to
you imagine?
Davos. Fine.
Can you imagine that you invite Charles? It's like inviting the smart person who knows it all to your meeting. It's just going to make everybody else look like I don't want to be sitting next to Charles while he's talking sense, and me. I don't want to be showed up. I don't want to have. I want everybody to be on the same team. I don't want some heretic over here who's not 100% Bitcoin, not 100% behind all this to like cause trouble in this summit. I don't need this guy there. We need just the team players.
Well, to me, Charles Hoskinson is Donald Trump from like 2016, like in the way that he shifted, right? Remember Donald Trump in 2016 said a bunch of like even the opposite things that he's saying right now. But he didn't care. He just said what needed to be said. That was his appeal. Said what needed to be said, and you're like, hey, Jesus Christ, what's going on? And Charles was like that, and he rubbed people the wrong way, and I like that about him, because what happened is that didn't change his conviction level or how much they were working on the tool. Like, it didn't take a hit. And every time I saw Cardano at the lows, I go, it'd be hard for this to get much lower than this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no hype. There's no hype. And so every price increase was a price increase from like no hype whatsoever. And so when we get the spike because of the announcement of the reserve, I was like, oh, if this caused, let's say this caused Cardano to get to $3 right now, I'd be like, ah, man, now I got to sit with potentially this is going to drop 80% at any given point or whatever.
And it'll
But then he
draw
wasn't
in the
invited
wrong
to the
people.
thing. Sorry?
It'll bring in the wrong people. Suddenly,
It'll bring in
Cardano.
leverage.
No, I just
And
mean
then
it'll bring in the zombies, the number grow up crowd.
right, but just that alone is not the problem. The problem is when there's leverage within the market. So then when there's a deleveraging event,
Right,
then you get this whole sell off, and let's say the hype fades and that sells off too. Then the people who are actually believers, they might be discouraged
right.
because they were anchored at this higher dollar point and now it's lower. Um, so I didn't want that for the community, and we got a little toasted, we got a little sauced at the party, and I wanted us to remember that hey, this was just a sign that, but for anyone arguing against Cardano, the president tweeted about us. But for anyone whispering in his ear that hey, we shouldn't be at the table, we were at the table because we're so big and so powerful, and we've been around for so long that we were unignorable when Donald Trump was just being the one who tweets out.
That is
And
incredible. I mean, it's absolute when I heard David Sachs say, "Oh, Donald Trump named the top 5
right,
crypto by market cap," I was like, "Wait, Cardano's in the top 5?
that's right,
Cardano is in the same breath as Solana?
that's right.
It's
Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin,
unbelievable."
XRP, and Cardano.
It's like watching Donald Trump in the primaries in 2016, and he's people are dropping off, and there is still Trump. You're like, "Wait, Trump is
Right.
still
What?
in
Yeah,
this? I don't get it.
exactly.
This is
Oh,
crazy."
it's worse. It's to me, it's more like the Ron Paul because people. I was looking online. People were like, "What's ADA?
Hmm.
What's ADA?" And people were looking around. What the hell is this? And it's like, yeah, yeah, absolutely. So it's
I see
we were
Cardano. Go ahead.
having our shoes all that moment, and
She's
Freddie Prinze Jr. was we didn't know that he was playing a prank on us. But that doesn't mean that we're still not hot. Glasses are all glasses. Doesn't mean we're not hot. We still got
I
value.
I see Cardano kind of like the ARM chip. All right, there you go. You got Apple chugging along with Intel, systems overheating, all kinds of problems, and then 10, 15, 20 years down the line, they go, you know what? This Intel thing is a pain in the butt. This ARM chip's been around as long as Intel. It performs better and stays super cool. I think what's going to happen now is they're going to set up the system with Bitcoin and Solana and all that stuff, and it'll work. People will use their Intel machines, and the fans will be whirring like crazy. And then one day somebody's going to go, wait, this Cardano thing, pop it in. Oh my God, this works
Yeah,
way better than I ever
that's
imagined,
right.
and Intel will still be out there, but then you'll have the ARM chip revolutionizing everything. Look, slow and steady wins the race. Look, we know this story. I remember hearing this story when I was a kid, right? The tortoise and the hare. And for the life of me, especially in the crypto world, I don't know about especially, but I hear it a lot, is they're all for the hare. Speed, speed, fast, fast. You're like, did you not learn the lesson that you have to do it right the first time, like build it strong, do all the right things? That's the smart way to do it. They're like, no adoption. There's no hype, there's no excitement around it. Like you've said before, those are the types of things that make me sus on these other projects and make me more confident about Cardano.
That's
Now,
right.
you don't have to play only the Cardano game. If you want the number go up game, do the number go up game.
That's right.
Do both of them.
Play the number go up game if that's what you want.
Why
Absolutely.
would you look at you're like, I want all the hot chicks. Why don't you at least value the nerdy chick?
Mhm.
The girl you think is not attractive. Like, why don't you at least value her? Because these other hot chicks, they will betray you. Okay,
They will.
they will betray you. And then the nerdy chick, she's like, stable, reliable. I don't know.
At the end of traders, you got to be able to stand there at the end and look the other person in the eye and go, "I think you're a faithful."
I think you're faithful. That's right. Exactly.
Right.
And can you be around the table with these other degens and be like, I trust them? No, I trust the person who eschewed number go up, not because they didn't care about it, but because they prioritized quality above all else.
That's right.
Like, that's the thing I trust the most, and I don't have to choose. I own Solana, I own Bitcoin, I own Doge,
ETH. Yeah.
ETH, like, you own these things, and I own Cardano. Now, am I overly proportioned for Cardano? Yeah, I am, because I don't ever fear waking up in the morning and hearing Cardano has r
Some
tanked or
major
rug pulled or
flaw.
some major
Yeah.
flaw or whatever. It's never gone down. If you listen to Charles speak, I know he's not in control of Cardano anymore, but he inspired this as well as the community. If you hear him speak, I don't understand how you can hear him speak and be like, he's a grifter scammer. But then you can hear Michael Saylor speak
I
and be
know.
like, and Max Kaiser, and you're like, oh, I totally
Or
trust these guys.
Castellano, the whole
I
thing.
I
Yeah.
like Michael Saylor. I like Max
Yeah.
Kaiser. I just don't understand how people can listen to Charles and be like, he's
He's,
ridiculous, and listen to these
yeah.
other people and trust them. It's the same. Look, you probably voted for Kamala. I said it. I said it. You're like, word salad. I don't hear any word salad. She's a boss babe. Okay. I'm kidding. Okay.
It's
I'm
like when
just
people were like, Ron Paul's a racist. What?
Elon's a Nazi.
What are you talking
Have
about?
you heard them
Ron
speak?
Paul's a racist? I
Yeah.
don't need to hear him speak. He's a racist.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's
All
crazy to
right.
me. So yeah,
You want to change an entire generation. I don't know. A bunch of us are walking around and you're like, hey, why does this person really like it? Oh, turns out Charles is a Ron Paul person. Why does Dave Smith, oh, turns out he's a Ron Paul person. Hey, why is it, oh, he's a Ron Paul person. How'd you get those ideas? Oh, Ron Paul. Yeah.
yeah.
Change the
So
generation.
people, there's like a lot of war. I think, okay, what one thing that I like that Charles did recently, he went on his spiritual retreat. Remember, he went on
Yep.
a journey, not the
It was
cave, but I
ketamine.
think he went anyway, some retreat, and he came back changed. He came back and he stopped being this stick up his butt, like I'm better. He wasn't really doing that, but he had this kind of air that he was antagonistic against these other projects, and he
He
came back
was.
going, yeah, and he came back, he was like, make peace. That's what I want. That's the Charles that I like, and that's the method we there's value in everything that people are doing, and we're going to come together. And how can Cardano help Bitcoin? How can Cardano help Solana? How can Cardano help XRP? That type of Cardano, I think, if you were betting against Cardano and Charles before because of that attitude and that thing, I totally get it. It's gone now. And I think
Mhm.
we smoke and peace pipe is where we are right now. And this is the way to success. And the fact that Donald Trump mentioned it, I mean, when they start buying, do you think they'll buy the top five?
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think if they only bought Bitcoin, it would cause these other ones to be bought.
Yeah. Okay. So we're still there, still at the
But
top.
Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, he said it on CNBC. They're like, okay, it's just to be Bitcoin. He said, no, it's a crypto reserve. We're going to buy all of them.
Good.
That's
So
what he said.
if you're in Cardano land and you were bummed, I was a little bummed that Charles wasn't invited to the summit. No need to feel that way. In fact, it's a badge of honor.
That's right.
It's a sign that. Oh, did you hear Charles? He tweeted out, "I will never kiss the ring."
Did he?
Yes. Say that. There's so few things that people need to say for me to trust them. I don't know. I was wrong. And F the power. Like, come on. Like, what else do you want? Like, wasn't crypto here to change the system? Do you think that people who benefit from the system want it to change? So you're gonna need a wrecking ball to come in on some level to destroy things. And that wrecking ball is not gonna look homogeneous 100% with what was there before. And
That's right.
so the fact that Charles is oil and these people are water and not mixing, I go, that's great. That means Charles has changed, but not so much that he's like, you know, we have to be worried about the guy. And I think we're in the best case scenario for Cardano. I think we are in the absolute best timeline. And now, with the price, it's at 73 cents right now. Oh, just buy, buy. I'm so
I'm
excited
driving
for
every
these
week. I
players.
was like,
Oh, yeah,
okay, let's put some
absolutely.
more. Yeah, yeah.
100%.